Who are you fighting? Your family or your OCD? We're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, I'm Natasha. I'm a therapist. I make videos for people with anxiety and OCD. And today I want to talk to you about your relationship with OCD and how you are trying to get rid of and squash OCD. But before I get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when I do make new videos so you know when they come out. So I wanted to talk about this today because I find that I hear often from families that their child, teen, young adult, even partner or relative is fighting them so much and wants them to do so much for their OCD. And it made me wonder, are you fighting your family more than you're fighting your OCD? That's an interesting question. Really think about it, because OCD will dictate all these things that you have to do. OCD is very controlling, and it will say, you need to do this and this, you need to avoid this, or you need to have other people do this, or they can't do that. It's very controlling. It gives you a whole list of ways that you have to be, and it sells it to you by saying, if you do all these things that I'm telling you to do, then you will not be uncomfortable. And it tells different people different things. It might say that you are going to be safe, or that you'll have control, or you'll have certainty, or that you won't have discomfort, right? It's different for each one of you depending on what theme and flavor you have of OCD. But what it's selling you is a ticket out of that discomfort, right? Whatever you're worrying about and or feeling about. And the truth is that OCD is lying to you, that the more you do what OCD wants you to do, or the more you avoid what OCD wants you to avoid, the bigger OCD grows. And this is scientific. It grows the neural pathways in your brain. OCD physiologically in your brain grows bigger the more you do what OCD wants you to do, or the more you avoid what OCD wants you to avoid. That's just a scientific fact. And so often OCD doesn't stop with you. More often than not, OCD has a list of things that it wants all your family members to do as well. It hijacks your home, it hijacks your relationships, and it wants your family to follow the rules. And a lot of times, people with OCD get really angry for their family members not following these nonsensical, often irrational rules that OCD wants them to follow. And they'll just like, if you can follow these rules, or if you can do these compulsions with me, or not touch this, or wash this, or do this, whatever, it's going to be different for each one of you. If you could just do all that, then my OCD will be better. That's not true. Your OCD is not going to be better. Your OCD is going to be growing. Physiologically in your brain, your OCD is going to be growing. The more people help OCD, the more they're actually harming you. And nobody wants that. And so a lot of times, parents, partners, family members start to educate themselves, and they start to learn that they can't scratch that itch for OCD. The more they try to make OCD happy, the worse your condition gets. And long term, that's not good. And so when you have a loving family who educates themselves about what OCD is, how OCD grows, they start to try to detangle themselves from your OCD. They try to say, I love you, so I'm not going to do that thing that I had been doing that's growing your OCD. And often, when you partner with OCD and you're like, OCD and I are buddies, OCD keeps me safe, or OCD keeps me comfortable, or I need to do what OCD says, or my whole life is going to fall apart, you and OCD turn on the family member and are like, right? Full anger, full annoyance, full rage. Why aren't you helping me? Why won't you do this for me? You don't understand. But that's the thing. They do understand. And that's why they're slowly pulling back their involvement in helping you grow the neural pathways in your brain that are going to guarantee that you have this disorder much longer, that it's going to be really hard to function. And so it's just good for you to know that people that love you and want to support you are going to slowly pull back, and that The fight is not with your family. The fight is with OCD. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't communicate with your family in a different way and say, I know that you're trying to help me and I appreciate that, but it's too much too soon. And you can help me by pulling back just this one little thing and going slow because you're trying to do too much at once and it's overwhelming me and I can't handle it. That's okay. That's not partnering with OCD. That's not fighting your family and high-fiving OCD. That's communicating the pace of what you want and how you want help. If you say you can just help me by checking my food or, giving me reassurance answers or washing your hands or doing the laundry or not touching this part or whatever your OCD wants, that's not helping you. And that is you kind of partnering with OCD. So communicate with your family members. Tell them that you appreciate that they're trying to help you, because trust me, it is exhausting for family members to constantly try to help you and deal with not only your OCD's rage, but your own rage of feeling like they're not helping you. And so show your gratitude. I appreciate that you're trying to help me. And then help them pace. Are they going too fast? Are they taking on too much? Do you have a suggestion of how they can pull back things in a slower way? Or is it going too slow? Maybe you feel like, they could actually pull back a lot more than what they're doing. That may not be the case for you, but that also is something to communicate. When I ask you that question and you always say the answer, you're actually talking to OCD. And from now on, when I say it, if I say it to you, I'll try to not say it, but if I do say it to you, here's how I want you to answer. That won't grow my OCD. That's brilliant, because that means you're owning your journey. You're owning your battle with OCD. It is your battle with OCD. Nobody else's, but they don't have to participate in the battle on the wrong side of the field, right? But the ultimate goal is that you care enough that you're going to take charge, that you're going to say, you know what? I hate letting OCD win. I hate having to follow OCD's rules every day. How much time am I wasting doing things that OCD wants me to do versus things that I want to do? Get a little fight in you. Want to take back your life. It doesn't mean you're going to do it all at once. It doesn't mean you're going to go cold turkey and be like, okay, I'm never listening to OCD. That's maybe too hard for you. Most of the time it is too hard. But you're going to do one small step at a time, and you're going to appreciate that there's people who love you, who are there to support you, and who are going to help with that as well. It is hard, but your family is not your enemy. It's OCD. Well, I hope that you find the sparkle in everything you do, and I'll be back next Thursday for another video. If you want in-depth support and take the reins and really get some skills to learn how to do this step-by-step, I do have a course for kids and teens that you can check out at atparentingsurvivalschool.com. I have a whole bunch of classes for your parents too to learn how to help you, but there is one specifically directly for kids, teens, and young adults. So check that out, and I'll talk to you again on Thursday.